Hello, I'm Louise Harris from Last Research and Editing and Christian Marketing Experts. And this week on The Last Word, I'm going to be talking about print marketing. So let's get started. I did a presentation at I Refuse to Fail's 15 plus 30 meeting. It happens every Wednesday. You can go to the I Refuse with the number 2 fail.com and register. All people are welcome. And if you're new, you get up to 15 minutes to answer questions about your business. And right after after we interview the new people and answer their questions, we do a presentation that helps business owners. So on April 1st, I did a presentation about print marketing. There are rumors that print marketing is dead, only I am here to tell you that is not true. There are aspects about print marketing that had to evolve and change, but they're still being used and they're still being used effectively. So you have to figure out what would work for your business. For example, we actually got into a debate about whether direct mail was worth it or not. And I said that real estate agents and dentists and doctors and home improvement, they tend to use direct mail because what they can do is get in a list of an entire number of homes in a zip code. And then they can send those postcards or pieces in the mail to that zip code. And then it becomes affordable to them because the printing isn't that expensive. And then the mailing to the group of zip codes is not expensive because they have thousands of them. And what real estate agents do is they'll say, this house sold in your neighborhood, and I can list I just listed a house for this amount of money in your neighborhood. And it's very successful for real estate agents. Dentists, they'll always have new specials for new patients that they send through the mail. And if it wasn't making them money, they wouldn't be doing it. So it is still effective for certain things, and you still get a 1% to 3% response rate. Now, some of the people in the meeting said that isn't very good, high number, and that it's not scalable, but 3% of 30,000 is 1,000. So, or maybe it's 100, I don't know. I think it's 1,000. So that's a lot of people that would be interested out of that. So another thing another piece of print marketing that I said was helpful is mailing letters. I actually got a letter from a business broker, and I wasn't going to do anything except that he was suggesting I get an evaluation of my company, and that was something that I've been wanting to do for a while. So he kind of hit the letter at the right time. And plus, I didn't know who was in that field. So the fact that this person came to me says, okay, I need to follow up with him because I don't know who else to call. And I know that the tech people would say, well, just do a search or ask ChatGPT, but you know what? I wasn't going to do that because it's just too much trouble to do a search for something that I was on the fence about. So the letter came in, and then that changed my mind. I'm like, well, I might as well find out the evaluation. And if nothing happens with it, which nothing happened with it, I found out that I can't sell my business. It's the people, the way the cash has come in over the years has made my business ineffectually not viable. So, but I wouldn't have known that unless I didn't talk to the business broker. And I wouldn't have known that unless I had gotten a letter from them. Now, things like that are hit or miss. You never know if they actually receive it. You don't know if they just tossed it, which what they do with resumes, if they get a resume that doesn't make any sense, they just toss. So yeah, I do understand all that, but that's a risk you have to take. And print marketing tends to be indirect anyway. The other thing that works for print marketing is advertising on billboards, on buses, on magazines, on online. Well, that's digital marketing. So, print ads in general, they're indirect, but they work. If McDonald's or Morgan and Morgan thought that print marketing was dead, they wouldn't spend the money for a billboard, and it's up there everywhere. You can, and then there's south of the border has a billboard about every 5 miles on 95 to get people to go to south of the border. So if it doesn't work to bring in people, they wouldn't spend, these big corporations would not spend money to on these ads if it didn't work. So that's what I talked about. And then, of course, blogs are always good for fresh content on your website. You also want to provide you want to make sure you restate your message and provide branding. And branding isn't just digital. You have to provide your branding on everything, on business cards, on postcards, on t-shirts, on flyers that you hand out. Your brand has to be consistent, whether it's print or digital marketing and broadcast marketing. Your brand has to be consistent. And anyway, it's the consistency matters, and it's effective. So thank you for watching. I know this was probably not my usual energetic self, and I apologize, but there are days when you gotta pull the energy out of somewhere. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I guarantee you that some of my other videos are more energetic than this one. But I hope you learned something. Print marketing is not dead. You just have to figure out how to use it to the best of your ability. Visit my websites, lessresearchandediting.com, christianmarketingexperts.com, amazon.com/author/Louise Harris, and buy some books. I do want to say that I am currently on chapter 4 of my 250th anniversary novel, and I am pushing to get it out before July 4th, preferably before Freedom Week. But that is to come. And I also want to say that there was a recent event at my church on Saturday, and I had donated 4 of my books for a basket to auction off, and a lot of people were interested in getting my books. And they didn't, the ones that told me about it didn't win, but there were a lot of people interested. So that's good. So if you're interested, the newest one's coming, and I also want to get devastating hurricane out during hurricane season. That's my other goal. And that one's coming too. And and sign your name in the subscribe button and go buy some books when you get to Amazon.com/author/Louise Harris. Thank you and have a great day. And don't worry, be happy.